pproteus back for round 5, playing against Tomato Cheese, who last challenge was on Inside Out. So I should expect that, maybe. Although, who knows? It could be on anything. So, the hand's kind of close. Like, it's got Prophetic Prism. It's going to draw me a card. Yeah, I'll keep it. I can keep this hand. It's not that bad. Maybe this is breaking the rule. On the draw, it gets, like, mulligans get better, but also this hand just also gets better on the draw. Because I need to hit my third land here. I'm really not sure how this matchup goes, assuming this is against Inside Out. I don't know that for sure. Yeah, I have actually played against it twice, and I won both times. It's not a very large sample size. Alright, here comes Tireless Tribe. I'm going to preemptively bolt that. Because I want to play the Garrison here. I don't think they can kill me. So I'm just going to bounce a land past the turn. They definitely can't kill me through another bolt. They had Dispel, but they didn't have to have Dispel. They could have just discarded the Dispel. They going for it. Alright, so my job here is to do nothing. And I don't lose unless my opponent has Gush. Shoot, they have Gush. Alright, then I lose. Alright, opponent had very good hand. Yeah, that's the dream. That's the dream. Alright, that's unfortunate. What might they side in against me? Who knows? Could be anything. This deck has a wide variety of sideboard cards that are all good. I'm going to bring in Standard Bearers, force them to have an answer for that. I'm definitely not wanting Rally. Rally's bad. Is Core Sanctifier good? Probably not. No artifacts. Electricity is fine because it just, it trades for a card at 1 mana. Power Blast is great. Alright, and then what do I take out? Actually, maybe I just take out the... Maybe Electricity is not a great card. Never mind. And then I probably just take out Palace Sentinels. Maybe. Don't know how to sideboard here. I haven't played this matchup very much. I don't mind removal spells, because they force my opponent to discard a card. force my opponent to keep up mana always. So yeah, last turn I could have Journeyed Nowhere, but that also walks into the circular logic which my opponent did have. And the play I did demanded them to have more answers. The goal was I was going to cast something, they were going to discard a card, and then them discarding a card would prevent them from having lethal without the gush. So, yeah. I'm going to mulligan this hand. I'm going to keep this. I don't like it, but it does stuff. I can keep a hand that does stuff. I think I will play the Forgotten Cave on turn 1 with the goal of Pyroblasting an Augur on turn 2. Skyfish is a good card. Do I have enough time to take advantage of Skyfisher? I'm going to send that to the bottom. I want to draw some lands. Like, Skyfisher is excellent, but if I have to tap out to play it, it's not really that good. Oh boy, here's Tiles Tribe. Alright, opponent, discard a card. You do not have lethal. You discard Giga Drowse. Okay. Alright, there's my land. I think I want to get the Stubborn Inspector out there as soon as possible, because it makes life difficult for my opponent. Opponent now is forced to deal with it. They can't just leave it on the board. Well, they can leave it on the board, but they can't kill me if they leave it on the board. So that makes it a lot more difficult for my opponent to kill me. I have, double Pyroblast and 1 red mana, so I'm happy to use Pyroblast on anything that potentially trades well for my stuff. Alright, opponent can't do very much. Excellent. I draw a card. Opponent's probably going to Brainstorm. Do I Pyroblast that in response? I probably... Oh, yes I do. That's also Metalcraft for me, although Metalcraft doesn't matter so much here. I'm probably going to cast the Galvanic Blast. No, I don't have to cast the Galvanic Blast. I can pop the Clue instead, because I don't actually care about the Metalcraft. Ooh, I wish I were more comfortable in this matchup. I'm feeling very self-conscious about my ability to narrate, because I'm just watching and, oh, I'm going to see what happens. Okay. I mean, I need to draw a threat. I need to draw a threat. I need to draw one soon. Man, that's so awkward. Play the Garrison. Return the Secluded Step. I might die here. Vial does also make things awkward for my opponent because it means my opponent has to attack before casting Inside Out. But not that awkward. Alright, am I dying this turn? Oh boy, I might be dying this turn. Shadow Rift. So, what might my opponent have? I guess I want to use the Power Blasts on things that say draw card, so that my opponent can't. Okay, I'm going to let the Shadow Rift resolve, and my opponent's going to play an Inside Out. And then I'm going to play 2 spells in response. I need to have a set stop there. Stop, set. Alright, so Inside Out. Pyroblast. The Inside Out. So my intention here is I want my opponent to not draw a card. So my opponent stacked these abilities in the wrong order. And then here I get to Galvanic Blast the Tireless Tribe. So they can discard a card to save it. But then if they do it, it just dies when the Inside Out resolves anyways. Oh, wait a minute. I was probably supposed to. Alright. So, I got an Inside Out and a Shadow Rift out of their hand. So I'm in good shape here. Opponent gushes. So they had lethal. And they had another land drop. What were they doing? I don't like my opponent's play there. I cycled the step. I didn't really tap my mana very particularly well. I want to have another mana available. And that's why Alchemist Vial is pretty good against Tireless Tribe. Because they can't kill me. They're not gonna like fling kill me. So as long as I can't attack, I can just buy another turn. And that's pretty great, because I have 2 cards to buy another turn. All I need is a clock, and I'm doing pretty well. So they get to probe, so they've seen my Pyroblast. They already know about that. And I get to see my Bog as well. Sure, I've auto-yielded. And they pass. Alright, so I could get Circular Logic, so I'm going to attack first. I don't think they have anything that interacts with attacks, but just in case. Sideboard card that they could have is Fade Away. I'm going to try to remember that, but I'm probably going to forget. So, start with Bog. Actually, my opponent can't have Circular Logic. That card costs 3, doesn't it? I forgot. I'm going to start with Vial. Now Skyfisher. I'm going to bounce Prophetic Prism, which should have been what I did last time, because my opponent could possibly bring in something like Annul. They could have Spell Pierce. I would much rather get Prophetic Prism, Spell Pierce, or Annulled than the Alchemist Vial for reasons that I just talked about. Alchemist Vial is good, particularly in multiples. Prophetic Prism, I already have double white, so I don't really need another one. Opponent Hardcast Gush. Okay. I don't mind, and Conceits. Whew, okay. Alright. Alright, this... I love Inside Out. It's a sweet deck. So, would I have wanted Electricity or Galvanic Blast that game? No, not really. Would I have wanted Palace Sentinels? Also, no, not really. I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I think I'm going to submit it. We'll find out what happens. I've been playing against a lot of weird decks this tournament. Not weird decks, but unpopular decks. Haven't faced Delver or Stompy yet. But I faced Elves and White-Black Pestilence. And now this. Oops. So, this hand, I think I can keep it because it does something. Like, it does something powerful. Standard Bearer. My opponent probably has, like, 2 pieces of interaction for Standard Bearer total in their deck, and they're going to have to go find one. And they're not going to be able to win until they remove it. And that's going to buy me a lot of time. Then I can, like, Vial and Skyfish the Vial, and then Glinthawk, and then Battle Screech to win quickly. Hopefully I will get to 4 mana, but if I can't, I can Skyfisher and Glinthawk. Opponent mulligans once. Start with Ponder. They chose to bottom, but I mean they're on the play and they're pondering, so it just meant they weren't interested in seeing that in the ponder. So there's not very much information. I'm gonna play Forgotten Cave so I can Standard Bearer next turn and get under a counterspell. I guess my opponent could have just I was gonna say they could have Tireless Tribe pass and then I could just lose. Because I go for Standard Bearer and I get Circular Logic for 1 and die to the combo. But I don't think I can mulligan for that reason alone. Standard Bearer makes me feel good. Because Standard Bearer getting Circular Logic was a problem. Oh, I got dazed! I didn't know they had daze. Alright, well, it worked. Start with Glinthawk because I get to replay my land. And I need a clock. I need a clock. Okay, I can do the same Glinthawk plus 2 next turn. What is this? Oh, okay. I saw them floating the white mana. So my opponent has a plains and no other island. So Inside Out, in case you don't know, basically is mono blue deck that's splashing Tireless Tribe. So my opponent not having a second island on turn 4 is a really good sign for me. I'd need to just capitalize on this. So my plan for capitalizing it is not to draw a bunch of cards, just play my 2-power creature, play another 2-power creature, and then opponent might be dead in 2 turns. Opponent is cycling, and they concede. Okay, I was worried there. That first game, my opponent just nut drew me, and I was worried that this matchup was bad, but I mean, my opponent just kind of ended up with a bad hand here, so this wasn't really a victory. I still don't know if this matchup was favorable, but I'm now 3-0 in the matchup. I am 4-1 in the challenge. Pretty good. Gotta make up for round 1. Alright, see you in the next round, and I think there are going to be 7 today.